So, Emily Wilde. Wow, it's very glary. Okay, Emily Wilde. She is a professor at Cambridge. She studies fairies. It has a different name, but I can't actually pronounce it without going blah, blah, blah. So I'm not gonna do it. You look it up. Anyway, so she has this expedition going. So the book starts with her going to like the farthest reaches of snowy, wintry Norway. At some points I thought it was like an island, and sometimes I thought it was parts of the mainland. I don't know, it doesn't really matter, but she's in a very she's in a very snowy Norwegian village, I want to say, because town feels too big and it's definitely not a city. It's also 1909, very early 20th century, very early 20th century, and it's fun to see though her as a character being that time period, because that's not how you think of women in that time period, being just that go-getter, I'm gonna do whatever I want. Because basically history just tells us of the men who does things, but women have always been very frugal when they want to, or can be, whatever. Besides the point. Anyway, so she goes to this faraway place in Norway, and well, basically she's not great at making friends, but she does in the end, let's say that. With some help, she does. Basically, she's there to study a particular type of fairy. Because she's writing this, or combining, I don't know, she's making a encyclopedia of fairies, as is the title of the book. So perfect. But very early on, like in her first couple of days, her nemesis, a different professor, Wendell, arrives with the two of his students. So he does kind of the same thing. He's basically there to write this paper so he can get funding to do other things, because well, I did a little boo-boo and made some things up, and now he's a bit, well, discredited, I guess. So it's kind of his way to get funding to do travels for his thing. I'm not going to say what his thing is, but yeah. So basically when he arrives, he helps to make friends, because he's just that everybody loves him kind of a person. So in this little village, they all know, they all know, fuck's sake, they all know about fairies. They have these kind of rituals, I guess, and they have had people go missing, and they have people go missing while the professors are there, all kinds of things. So the thing is, I don't know how to classify this book. I kind of want to call it a cozy fantasy, because it's a very, except that it's very cold. It's like a cozy, cold fantasy book, because they're just really set in this one place. They do go off and on small adventures in the woods and whatnot, but basically they're very much set in one place. So that's kind of what cozy fantasy usually is. So I kind of want to put it there, but also there's that tiny bit of adventure that I'm kind of like, cozy fantasy with an adventure? I don't know. I did really like this book. The chapters are very long though, and I didn't appreciate that, because I like stopping. I like reading from chapter to chapter and just stopping by like the end of the chapter. so I can sleep or, you know, go pee and stuff. But no, yeah. TMI, dude, TMI. Anyway, I'm super excited to pick up the next one. I definitely need to see what people like about this. I heard there's a third one coming out. I'll look into that more later. But first, book 2. This one, yes, highly recommend. Cozy, wintry feels with fairies and slight adventures and go-getter women. Yes. Yes. Honestly, I think I want to go with cozy fantasy with adventures. Honestly, it's not really cozy fantasy, but it gives the cozy fantasy vibes, but also adventure. Not like intense adventure, like heart palpitation kind of a deal, but just enough to make I can't speak. Just enough to make you go, ooh, 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 okay, yeah, I like this. So, following off, it's kind of the same premise as from the first book, but now this time we are in Austria, and we are looking for a door into fairy, wherever, yeah, whatever we want to call it. Basically, we're looking for a door, and I mean, they find multiple doors. They find so many doors. Yeah. So, one thing that I don't think I mentioned from book 1 is that both of these books are written as a diary with footnotes, by the way. So in the first one, she's writing this diary, her journal, while she's also researching and stuff for her book that she publishes in the end. Spoiler. Wow, such a big spoiler. And in this one, she's kind of not as much research purposes, but she's a scholar. She keeps taking notes from whatever's happening around her, basically. But in this one, so in the first one, it's an encyclopedia, but in this one, she's making the map. It's a map book, basically. It's a map of where the doors are in our world, where the doors are into fairyland, to the other land, as it were. We don't know much about what happens with that said book. I'm guessing we're going to find out a bit more about that in book number 3, because there is a book number 3. I don't know when it's going to come out, but it's in the works. I mean, it does say in the back of it, we get the same as in book 1. The story of Emily Wilde and Wendell Bumblebee will continue in book 3. We got that in book 1 for book 2, so there we go. Honestly, it's such a cozy book, cozy story. Oh, that's why I'm so confused of what, like, genre to put it under. I don't know why I need to put it under a genre for any particular reason, but yeah. Oh, I do recommend it. It gives the cozy fantasy, but with a very chilling vibe, because, well, they are in snowy Norway. They are kind of, I'm not sure it's actually very snowy where they are, but they do adventure into the cold a lot. Yeah, I wasn't too, yeah, it's yeah. So basically, cozy fantasy with some adventure. That's what I want to give it. Am I even in the correct area? I don't know. Honestly though, very cozy, chilling, not chilling vibes, but, well, yeah, chill vibes. A bit of an icy glare. No icy glares in as well. Emily, the character of Emily, she can be quite feisty, especially towards Wendell. She likes just puts him down to his own, to what, because he's very much a character that's up in the la-di-da kind of world, and she grounds him in a way, I guess. I don't know what I'm going on about anymore, but yeah, I highly recommend if you want it's a very slow burn kind of series, I suppose, because 2 of them now, 3rd one coming, because it's not very fast paced, so I would put it under slow burn, but still such a cozy time, honestly. The chapters are still a bit too long for my taste, but I can deal with it. I can deal with it. I can deal with it when it's a good story, and yes, it is a good story. But I would like shorter chapters because I need to pee a lot, okay? I drink a lot of water. I need to go pee so many times. I'm putting the book down in the middle of a sentence. I don't like it. Yes, this is TMI. I don't care. Sorry. Anyway, thank you for watching, and let me know if you have read these books or if you want to read these books. Honestly, let's chat about it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I shall see you all next time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.